Hi, everybody. Okay, um, this is gonna be one of the most honest posts you're gonna get from me because something happened to me today. My uncle died, and in my travels, I found myself in my uncle's space. Not planned. We weren't very close. I for the last 4 days have been a caregiver in a way. I want to thank Compassion Hospice for their amazing care, especially Matt, who came every day to make sure that my uncle was comfortable in the last moments of his life. I am grateful and petrified at the same time at all of the friends that came to see him in those last days. In my childhood, I was close, and my uncle is the eldest of the siblings, and so I also, in a weird way, learned more about my life in the last 3 days than I could ever have imagined. And that's for a whole nother post. It I know that when I go I'm going to be on my own, and that's a little bit scary. Especially when I see the love and compassion that so many people brought to my uncle. He had 2 dogs that he loved, and they were his companions. And for 3 days, I tried to find these dogs new owners because it was his only wish. It was his only wish that these 2 dogs found a home and that they would not be separated. That was his wish. Today, an amazing family from Las Lunas who had lost a dog 2 weeks ago. And I have to say that these were 2 Chihuahuas that did not like me. One of them bit me the first minute it saw me. But these two gentlemen, this man and his wife, sat down, elderly couple, and Redford jumped into his lap as if it was. So those two took Princessa and Redford home. And as I walked out the door, I went into the room. My uncle was alive. I wanted to tell him the good news. But before I could get a word out, he took one last rasping breath. And I know that he did this, that he, oh, I'm sorry. He died with me holding his hand. I will say that he was in a home of love filled with family. He brought us all back together. Even me. Even me, the bipolar bastard child. Even me, I was there. I forgave. I forgave my family today because of that moment. He was a man who never judged me. He was a man who cared for every single one of his family. He was a man that would feed the homeless. In this very moment, there are 2 heroin addicts in his apartment. And you know what? One of his last wishes was is that they would at least stay for December. That was my uncle. Even though he is gone, those 2 people have a space, a home for Christmas. That was my uncle. These were 2 people that stole his Oxycontin. That's why he had to come away from there to a home that would love him and care for him. He was a veteran. He fought in the Vietnam War. And my uncle was a proud gay man. I would not be the man I am today if it were not for him holding that first torch. I'm not apart from my family because I am gay. I'm not apart from my family because I'm bipolar. And I do believe today I healed some of that because of my uncle. And he would not let go. He held on for 3 days until we found those 2 dogs a home. That was my uncle. I miss you, man. I share this with you, Instagram, and my website, because life is real. And yes, sometimes it is painful.